Just one day after the election, Hillary Clinton had this message for her supporters.
Donald Trump is going to be our president. We owe him an open mind and the chance to lead.
Okay, but apparently many of her followers are still refusing to accept the results, even going so far as to sending death threats to members of the Electoral College, demanding that they switch their vote. Michael Benarian is one of those people. He is in the Electoral College. He's an official voter, and he joins us live today from Detroit. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
So it started pretty much immediately after the election. What kind of messages were you getting?
Well, you know, obviously you got the fellow Republicans and Trump supporters that gave me some well wishes, but unfortunately, right after that, I got inundated with Facebook messages, emails, tweets, actually letters to my house. I'm getting like 4 or 5 every day, and a lot of hateful, angry messages, death threats, death wishes. So it's been quite the experience so far.
You know, I wouldn't have the first idea where to start locating members of the Electoral College. Did somebody put your address and your numbers out there on the internet or something?
Yeah, so a lot of that information is public, and essentially what happened is some big groups came together, they collected all of our information, compiled a list and put it out on the internet and encouraged people to contact us. So that's how they got that information.
Okay, so folks understand the kind of threats you're getting, in addition to 4 or 5 a day, a number of death threats. We're going to show some of them. First one, Michael, I'm not going to argue with you, man. He's the president. Deal with it. Person you support, bigotry, hate, and racism, I hope you die. Michael, wow, you're so ignorant. It's depressing. Thanks for wishing my death. And the person wrote, back at you. You got a lot of these, didn't you? How'd that person wind up with your cell phone number?
Well, so that was a Facebook message, and you know, obviously our names are public, so they just punched it into Facebook, sent a message, and that was kind of how it happened. And I haven't gotten any text messages. I've gotten Facebook messages, tweets, emails, and letters written to my home address.
Well, here's another example of a threatening text. The person wrote, "Hey, I'll find you and put a bullet in your mouth. You and your Republican Party, you're a bandwagon member because last I checked, you was blank." And then, Michael, you wrote back, "Want me to send this threat to police?" And then the person wrote, "Like I thought you blank." And then you wrote back, "You're an awful person." There are a lot of awful people out there, aren't there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and a lot of them are coming out of the woodwork after this election.
You know, what's curious is the tolerant left, as it turns out, is not so tolerant, are they?
No, the hypocrisy is outstanding. I mean, I watched Hillary Clinton talk about how awful Republicans were and how awful Trump supporters were.
Right.
And now, not just myself, but electors across the country are being harassed by people that just can't accept the election results. It's disappointing.
Yeah, no kidding. So we've heard famously of some electors who said, you know, I'm going to go rogue and I'm going to vote for the other person. You are obligated to vote for Donald Trump, and you proudly will, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, in the state of Michigan, as is in many other states, we're not even allowed legally to change our votes. In the state of Michigan, if we try to change our vote from how the popular vote voted in Michigan, our votes will be voided and will just be replaced by another elector. So it's a pointless endeavor in Michigan and in a lot of other states.
Well, hang in there, Michael. I know you're getting a lot of messages, but you're doing what you feel is the right thing, and we appreciate it. All right, well, Michael Benarian joining us today from the city of Detroit. Thank you, sir.
Yep.